From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend out there. We have a lot of active weather in the forecast. Could have up to an inch of snow in the Kittitas Valley for this Monday. Many chances for wintry precip for lower elevations all throughout the week. Now, it doesn't look like accumulations are going to be too impressive, but for mountain passes, those totals are going to start to trend up a little bit more as we head later into the work week and especially into the weekend. We'll get to the radar in a second. Patchy areas of fog out there this morning, though, from Manastash Ridge up in the Cascades. Some patchy areas of more rural portions of Walla Walla and Franklin County. So we'll continue to track that all throughout this morning. Temperatures, a very important aspect to this morning's forecast, is where it's below 32 degrees. That's where we're going to have the best chances of accumulating snowfall. It's at 34 right now in Ellensburg. So with all this moisture coming up from the south, light showers across most of the region, light rain showers, but here in the Yakima Valley so far, it looks like it's just rainfall. In the Kittitas Valley, it's having a hard time making it over the ridge, but I do think we could see some snow mixing in. Okay, here's your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. Chances of snow before 12 p.m. and then after that, it looks like we will be dry. So for today, precip chances likely across the map, highs getting into the 30s and 40s, and more where that came from all throughout this week. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead, tensions ran high at last week's Ben Franklin Transit Board meeting after drivers say a passenger threatened one of their own. Now this morning, we'll break down why the union says operators don't feel safe and what the board says it's doing to protect them.
Plus, Kennewick City Council approving a zoning change which could allow new houses. We'll explain what smaller lot sizes could mean for the community, and we'll hear from residents who are raising concerns about this.
And Pasco residents have one last chance to help name and design the city's new aquatic facility. Coming up, we'll show you how you can leave your mark on this summer's grand opening. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Monday, February 16th, President's Day. Thanks for waking up with us.
And we have a lot of news to get to, and we do want to start with the follow-up, as drivers with Ben Franklin Transit are demanding answers after an incident involving a passenger and a driver.
Yeah, this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has more from the heated board meeting.
Tensions ran high at Ben Franklin Transit Board meeting after drivers described what they call a failure to protect one of their own. They say a passenger boarded a bus and told a female he was going to assault her. She reported it to a supervisor, but employees say the passenger was not immediately removed or banned. That sparked outrage during public comment.
No unmistakable message that violent threats against operators will not be tolerated. Instead, there was silence. And silence sends a dangerous message. It tells operators that when they are threatened with grievous bodily harm, they are on their own.
Drivers are now demanding clear safety protocols and immediate consequences for threats. Teamsters Treasurer Russell Shervin says operators don't feel protected.
But it's just this notion of, they have this armed security now to protect management from I don't know whom, but yet our people get assaulted and threatened all the time.
He says assaults are not rare.
People do get assaulted, spit on. I mean, I have a steward who had 2 teeth knocked out by a passenger. And they don't seem to think that security for the drivers is important.
New BFT board chair Stephen Bauman says the agency does have policies in place.
Ben Franklin Transit's policy is to call 911. If there is a criminal threat made, they are to immediately call 911.
Bauman says he was concerned to hear claims drivers were reprimanded for calling police.
We've asked for a workshop and a presentation and an update on what our policy is so that we can have that conversation out in the open and everybody can have a refresher, including the board of directors.
When asked whether the passengers should have been immediately removed, Bauman said there should be consequences involving law enforcement. The union says it will continue pushing for stronger protections and clearer accountability. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And Bauman says that the workshop will take place at next month's meeting.
And BFT says they have a zero tolerance policy for violence against their drivers.
Taking you to Kennewick now, where City Council has approved a zoning change that could allow new housing to be built in a South Kennewick neighborhood. So it changes about 4.5 acres at 3805 South Vancouver Street from residential suburban zoning to residential low density. City staff says that this brings the zoning in line with the city's comprehensive plan and would allow smaller lot sizes, which could support a future subdivision. Some nearby residents, though, were concerned about how new development could affect the neighborhood, including traffic and sidewalks.
The main concerns generally with that was just like the size of the lots that were proposed, and also infrastructure, since there are portions of Vancouver that don't have sidewalks, for example.
Now, council approved the zoning change in a 5-1 vote, with one council member abstaining.
6:06 and looking ahead today, the Pasco Public Facilities District wants to hear from you, and this is to help select the Pasco Aquatic Facility name and logo. The construction for the facility is set to be completed by June at the latest, and with that, the executive director says they need to name the facility, so they put out a survey for 3 different logos and facility names for the public to choose from.
Well, it's not often you get to do a $40 million aquatics facility, and the people of Pasco, of course, voted for this facility in 2022, and we want to make sure and involve the public as much as possible in this, and I think the naming and the logo is an important part to get some community feedback from.
And the decision will be made tomorrow, and today is the last day to take the survey, and the link to take part is up on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
I just placed my vote.
Oh, what'd you vote for?
I'm not telling you.
What? I like Pasco Pool, because that's what I'm going to refer to
Aquatic
it
Center.
anyways. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
simple.
Yeah,
Because I feel like that's what people will call it anyways.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, cast your vote and go to our website and do that. But
right.
keep it here, because coming up next, school funding and EMS support were on the ballots across the region, and this morning, voters have made their decisions. So we'll see which levies passed, which one failed by less than 1%, and what it all means for local districts. Your voice, your vote is up next.
And giving you a live look outside, this one from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. And Josh is tracking some snow that is going to be moving into the Kittitas Valley probably within the next hour, you said? Oh, he's not in here. Where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
I can't find him.
I think he said, yeah, the next couple hours.
Yeah, so we're going to see some snow.
We're not meteorologists, so we'll just check in with him in a few minutes.
Yes, exactly.
The President's Day sale is on now at Walker's. We're doubling your sales tax discount. Or with no money down, no interest financing until 2031, create the home of your dreams and pay over time. Make the most of your tax return at Walker's.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Power up, America. The Ford President's Day sales event is here. Save on the vehicles that will take you places, give you a surge of productivity, and a new sense of freedom. So, head to your local Ford dealer, because it's time to get in the driver's seat. Get a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend starting at just $27,800, plus a 2-year maintenance plan, only at your local Ford dealer.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
The President's Day sale is on now at Walker's. We're doubling your sales tax discount. Or with no money down, no interest financing until 2031, create the home of your dreams and pay over time. Make the most of your tax return at Walker's.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll have chances for freezing and frozen precip, so rain and snow and perhaps some freezing rain all throughout this week, even for lower elevations. So this half hour, we're going to talk about the Tri-Cities. The next half hour, we're going to bounce over to the Bluefoot Hills, specifically for Pendleton. So for today, 10 to 20% chances of rainfall all throughout the day. So that's just going to be a cold rain for today in the Tri-Cities. But for tomorrow, before 4 a.m., could be a little brief window of some freezing rain, which means that morning commute could be a little bit slick as we head into Tuesday morning. And then for Wednesday, kind of the same thing, except there's going to be slightly better chances of freezing rain before 4 a.m. and then low-end chances of perhaps a rain-snow mix for 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. We'll see how this pans out. It doesn't look like accumulations are really going to register at all in the Tri-Cities. But of course, you can see precip chances, rain and snow chances for your exact location. Doesn't matter if you're in the basin or in the valleys or in the foothills, but all that by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, very quickly, it'll also be a little bit breezy for today. Let's go ahead and let's put this into motion. And you can see as we head deeper into the day, specifically for the foothills, we'll start to get those gusts coming in from the south and from the west, and so the breezes will be noticeable across the map, especially in the foothills where some of those peak gusts could be around 35 miles per hour. But the winds are going to have to take a backseat to this. Up to an inch of snow possible today in the Kittitas Valley. We'll time that out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 6:12, turning now to Your Voice, Your Vote. And this morning, we do have the results for several levies across the area from the special election.
And most of those measures focused on school funding. And while results are now fully counted, election officials say certification is expected as soon as tomorrow. So in the Kennewick School District, voters approved Proposition 1.
The replacement levy continues funding for programs not fully covered by the state, including education, extracurricular activities, and staffing. It passed with 55% voting yes, securing millions in local and state matched funding over the next 4 years.
And Richland voters also approved their replacement educational programs and operations levy. This measure renews funding for nurses, counselors, teachers, and student programs, helping fill a multi-million-dollar gap between state funding and district needs. It passed with nearly 54% of voters in favor.
In Pasco, though, voters narrowly rejecting the district's replacement levy. The measure would have funded school operations, safety, and student programs over the next 4 years. It failed by less than 1%, meaning the district could now face some significant budget reductions.
And over in Walla Walla County, voters overwhelmingly approved a property tax levy to support emergency medical services. The funding will help pay for ambulance crews, training, and life-saving equipment. It passed with more than 66% voting yes.
So again, poll officials say all the special election final results are expected to be certified by tomorrow.
And talking about more local levies, the Zillah School District says it's continuing to focus on expanding opportunities for students and improving programs across its schools.
A big priority, giving students more ways to succeed, and this includes offering more courses or college credit opportunities for high schoolers. Administrators highlighted staff focusing on strengthening learning programs and student support at the district's intermediate school.
They're also planning ahead for future facility improvements like possible retrofits to school buildings.
We want to keep getting better and better at what we do, and that's just something I attribute that to our staff. We've got great staff members that have been here quite a while and worked hard to make our district a great district.
Now, the district is monitoring enrollment trends as school leaders across the state adjust to changing student populations.
And they say the district's goal is to continue building programs and experiences that prepare students for success both in school and also after graduation. And keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking. It's all coming up in his First Alert full weather forecast in just a few minutes.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
The Pasco RV and Boat Super Sale starts this Wednesday at the Heppo Center. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats, including travel trailers, fifth wheels, story haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, and more. Every category, every budget, all on sale. Enjoy 0 down and no payments for 90 days on approved credit. Shop indoors. Happening this Wednesday to Sunday at the Heppo Center in Pasco. Big selection, big savings. Don't miss it. Learn more at FredsRV.com.
Visit Fred's Appliance for our President's Day sale and explore unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Discover the quietest KitchenAid dishwasher, offering powerful cleaning without the noise. Run a cycle anytime. Enjoy a third-level rack for silverware and utensils, an adjustable middle rack for tall items, and the Print Shield finish that resists smudges and fingerprints. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Depression and anxiety can feel like a heavy, suffocating weight pulling you down. But there is hope. Neurostim TMS can help you regain your life. No medications, no drug-related side effects, just a proven solution covered by insurance. Our FDA-approved, non-invasive transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy targets the source of your symptoms. Neurostim works when medications fail and is the Northwest's leader in TMS, with over 250,000 successful treatments delivered. There is hope. Call today for a free consultation.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
A winter trip.
There's a world of beauty around us. The ice and everything, that I think that's beautiful.
And I bet you thought paddleboarding was just a summer sport. Fly the Northwest. Happo Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
America's #1 entertainment talk show is the perfect match for your morning.
We are coordinated
today. Next live, Sarah Michelle Gellar plus Candy Burris.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We could have up to an inch of snow on this Monday in the Kittitas Valley, and we'll actually have many chances of snowfall all throughout this week. Now, they're going to end up being low-end chances, but these temperature boundaries, you see this cold front right here, and we'll have a combination of moisture and temperature boundaries that are just going to kind of linger over the area for this week, which means that we'll have that constant little trickle, both rain and snow chances. So we'll put this all in motion with Futurecast radar by 8 a.m. Futurecast picking up on some steady snowfall in the Kittitas Valley. Now by lunchtime, looking a lot drier for lower elevations, maybe minus the Blue Foothills. But then as we head into the afternoon and evening, another round of snow primarily for the Cascades and for the Blues. And then into tomorrow morning, maybe another round of snowfall primarily for the Cascades. Lower elevations looking a lot drier. So here are some of the snowfall totals up to that point. 4 a.m. this morning to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Around an inch of snow for the Kittitas Valley. Yes, maybe some very minimal accumulations for the Yakima Valley. 2 to 3 inches of snow for our Cascade and our Blue Mountain passes. So kind of ho-hum with some of those totals. But then for wave number 2, so that was wave number 1. Here's wave number 2 of snowfall for this week. 10 a.m. tomorrow morning to 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. Around a half a foot of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, for Snoqualmie Pass, for White Pass. definitely a lot less for our passes on US 97, Interstate 84, and US 395, but maybe getting a trace of snow for Pendleton and Walla Walla. And then the most impactful wave of snowfall going to be wave number 3, at least for our mountain passes, from 4 a.m. on Thursday to 4 a.m. next Monday. Around a foot of snow for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass, around a foot of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. And yes, maybe even getting some trace amounts for the Kittitas Valley, for the Yakima Valley, and for the Bluefoot Hills this time. Unfortunately, I know there's a lot of people in the Tri-Cities who want some snowfall. It just doesn't look like we're going to get it from this round. But hey, this is a preliminary forecast, and it is subject to change. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain likely today, maybe a brief pocket of freezing rain for tomorrow morning, and then a chance of a wintry mix Wednesday and Thursday. In Yakima, wintry mix likely today, then more marginal chances of snow for the rest of the week. In Ellensburg, up to an inch of snow possible today, less moisture to work with for the remainder of the week. And then for Hermiston, maybe some freezing rain tonight into tomorrow morning, then chances of a wintry mix on Wednesday and Thursday. And finally, for Walla Walla, also attracting the possibility of freezing rain tomorrow morning, then many chances of snow mixing in from Wednesday through next Monday at least.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. The box office was shuffling this weekend. We're going over the movies making millions, the new debuts taking the top spot, and also which film fell from favor. That's coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all.
Get 1.9% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus $1,000 trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
The Pasco RV and Boat Super Sale starts this Wednesday at the Heppo Center. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats, including travel trailers, fifth wheels, story haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, and more. Every category, every budget, all on sale. Enjoy zero down and no payments for 90 days on approved credits. Shop indoors. Happening this Wednesday to Sunday at the Heppo Center in Pasco. Big selection, big savings. Don't miss it. Learn more at brettsrv.com.
The President's Day sale is on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores. And for a limited time, we're doubling your sales tax discount. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big so you can make the most of your tax refund and find a deal you'll love. Or with no money down, no interest financing until 2031, you can get that new theater sofa, dining set, or bedroom set and pay over time. On now at Walker's.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
Winter paddle boarding. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're looking at your weekend box office roundup.
And a handful of new releases are shaking up the top spots, including a classic romance and a fresh animated adventure.
From heartbreak to hilarious chaos, this morning David Daniel is breaking down who's winning and who's falling behind at the box office. Take a look.
What's your name?
Matt, and you are Cafe del Sole.
Gia,
No, I know. I was just trying to be funny.
Okay. I keep trying.
Solo Mio fell to 5th place, adding $6.8 million.
I was busy trying to keep us alive.
A trio of new movies sent Send Help down to 4th place with $9 million.
Doesn't matter how much money you make, it's never enough.
I'll know when I have enough.
How?
$15.1 million gave Crime 101 a 3rd place debut.
All my life, I've always wanted to play professional warball.
Goat started out in 2nd place, scoring $26 million.
Why did you leave me?
Why did you betray your own heart?
Wuthering Heights, starring Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, opened on top, taking in $34.8 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I need to watch it again. I saw it on Saturday, and every time I see a trailer, anything, I'm like, oh,
just want more.
It's that good.
Yeah.
Although there were kind of mixed reviews online, so I'm excited to see what you guys think about it. Lost faith in you because you have a long list to get to already.
It's like a big
said,
scroll.
Yeah, but you said you do want to see this one. So
I
think
so.
Yeah.
Looks
okay.
good.
You should want to see all the ones we've told you to watch.
Yeah. We know.
Goat, that
ones.
one looks pretty good. I like the animation style,
Yeah.
Steph Curry's movie. So
Yeah. That'll be cute.
It does look cute. Wuthering Heights, so get to it.
I know, there's a lot out there right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do it. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We're talking Senate Bill 5974. It's moving forward in Olympia, creating a new pathway to remove elected sheriffs. Now, this morning, we're going to explain why critics say it gives too much power to an unelected board and what supporters say about increasing accountability. It's all coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
Injured in a car crash, the insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck?
Big thanks.
Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
Thinking about an RV show? Skip it and save some dough. At Broadmoor RV, you get real people, real prices, real service with the same great deals, no show required. Skip the crowds, skip the hidden fees, skip the show, and save some dough at Broadmoor RV, where we make camping fun.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Life's better when you're under our roof because you'll feel protected.
Good thing we're covered.
And safe drivers can save too. Touchdown. Also, your family's free too. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. So while they're dreaming, you're saving. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Buy more, save more during the fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. With the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. And check out doorbusters while they last. Plus, get 60 months, no interest, and no down payment. But don't wait. The fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck?
Big thanks.
Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222. Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here on this President's Day for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
It is also Do a Grouch a Favor Day. So Josh, can you do this Grouch a favor and tell me about some good weather, some sunshine and rainbows and
nope
70s? No,
you
20s, 20. I think I need to.
We have to go to a different latitude than this one.
Oh, yikes, because we're getting snow, potentially?
Yeah, I mean, the chances for snow in the Tri-Cities aren't looking that good, but many of our microclimates will have many chances for either freezing or frozen precip, rain, snow, maybe freezing rain throughout this week. So a very tricky forecast all throughout the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. We could get up to an inch of snow for today in the Kittitas Valley. Like we were just talking about, multiple chances for either a rain-snow mix or some freezing rain, even for lower elevations all throughout the week. And then for the mountains, getting some much-needed snowfall, especially as we head later into the work week and then eventually into the weekend. Okay, we will talk about, well, we'll show you first alert radar in just a second, but first wanted to touch on this very dense area of fog that has now just popped up in the Pendleton and the Cabbage Hill areas. So in this region, please take it slow and use the low beams out there. We're seeing some other sporadic areas of fog and also some pretty thick areas up in the Cascades as well. On to first alert radar now, on to temperatures now, as we're seeing where are we below 32 degrees. We're very close to that in the Kittitas Valley, and that's important because where we're below 32 degrees, that's where we're going to have the best chances of accumulating snowfall. So this morning, light rain is now moving through the Tri-Cities. It's about to be out of the Tri-Cities, but this little band back here, we're watching this very intently because as this starts to move over the valleys, that could drag down some of those snow levels. We could start to see transition of snow in both the Yakima and the Kittitas Valley. So for this Monday in the Tri-Cities, yeah, it's just going to be a cold rainfall for today. Highs getting into the mid-40s. In general, 30s and 40s across the map for lower elevations. Precip chances looking likely. And there's more where that came from all throughout this week. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We begin this half hour of news in Olympia, and that is where a bill is moving through the Washington State Senate, and it's sparking some strong reaction from local lawmakers and sheriffs.
Senate Bill 5974 would change how elected sheriffs can be removed from office, and some say it undercuts the voice of voters.
I would tell you that recalls are not effective accountability. We've recalled a sheriff once in our 137-year history in this state.
Despite 2 hours of debate in Olympia, Senate Democrats advanced Senate Bill 5974 out of committee, drawing sharp criticism from Republicans, including State Senator Nikki Torres.
I didn't hear any mention that stakeholdering was done with the voters.
Torres argues the bill creates a new pathway to remove elective sheriffs, something she says voters already have the power to do through recall elections.
The recall process does work, and we've seen it happen. In 2021, a former sheriff for Benton County was recalled, and that process was started with the Sheriff's Guild.
It is trying to dictate some of the things that can occur around an elected office.
Michael Clark, the Benton County Sheriff, says he shares those concerns. Clark points to a letter from Mark Kreider, president of the Washington State Sheriff's Association, opposing both Senate Bill 5974 and House Bill 1399.
And I don't think that there's a single sheriff out there, even though I don't want to speak for any of them, that disagree with qualifications that are needed to run this department. That's not the real concern. The real concern comes from the decertification process and what that leads to.
Clark says the legislation would allow what he describes as an unelected board made up of non-law enforcement personnel to determine whether a sheriff remains in office.
When you look across the country, when you have an elected official, they're kind of empowered to do what they see fit, but that power was given to them by the voters.
This bill is bad policy. It would undercut the very electoral process that put you in your positions.
Supporters of the bill argue it increases accountability. Opponents say it shifts power away from voters. With SB 5974 now scheduled for further consideration, both Torres and Clark are encouraging the public to weigh in through the state legislature's website.
It kind of brings me back to, again, the redistricting process. It was the same kind of thing.
And so a lot of the things that they are portraying that need to occur actually already exist.
And the bill is expected to continue moving through the legislative process in the coming weeks.
Something, of course, we'll keep you updated on.
And keep it here, because coming up next, the Pasco High School dance team is back on top, winning their second straight small varsity hip hop national championship.
They were never on the bottom.
No, look at them.
They've always been
They
on
need
top.
to teach me how to dance. And coming up, we'll show how the team's record-tying score. Also hear from their new coach and get an inside look at the nerves, teamwork, and excitement that led to another national title. We're talking local sports after the break.
The Pasco RV and Boat Super Sale starts this Wednesday at the Heppo Center. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats, including travel trailers, fifth wheels, story haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, and more. Every category, every budget, all on sale. Enjoy zero down and no payments for 90 days on approved credits. Shop indoors. Happening this Wednesday to Sunday at the Heppo Center in Pasco. Big selection, big savings. Don't miss it. Learn more at brettsrv.com.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Life moves fast. At Frechette Winery, we invite you to slow it down and savor the moment. Join us on Red Mountain for bold, flavorful red wines, a welcoming vibe, and experiences meant to be shared, from relaxed tastings to unforgettable wine and dinner events. Located just minutes from Benton City in West Richland, we're open daily, noon to 5. Come for the wine, stay for the warmth, experience the Frechette vibe. Great wine brings people together, and we'd love to welcome you to Frechette.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep. With innovative materials developed for astronauts, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer, which means less tossing and turning, so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic. And right now, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Shop Denver Mattress today, the easiest way to find your perfect Tempur-Pedic.
Voted Tri-City's best. And once you see our flowers, you'll know why. From breathtaking roses and vibrant lilies to custom hand-tie bouquets, the Flower Bar has the perfect arrangement for any occasion. Birthdays, anniversaries, big celebrations, or just because, we've got you. Every design is crafted with passion, making each bouquet truly one of a kind. Order now at theflowerbarontheparkway.com or stop by for same-day pickup. The Flower Bar, say it with flowers.
Apple Valley News Now congratulates the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions. Thank you to our viewers for following the Hawks to the Bay Area with live coverage on Apple Valley News Now, ABC, and Apple Valley News Now. Your home for Super Bowl 61. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
America's #1 entertainment talk show is the perfect match for your morning.
We are coordinated
today. Next live, Sarah Michelle Gellar plus Candy Burris.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have chances for either freezing or frozen precip all throughout this week. The last half hour we talked about the Tri-Cities. Now we're sliding over to the Bluefoot Hills to talk about those chances for the Bluefoot Hills in Pendleton, to be precise. So for today, Yes, a rain-snow mix is looking likely for today. The window for seeing some snow mixing in is probably going to be pretty brief. And in terms of accumulations, at least through 10 a.m. on Tuesday, we're not looking at much for Pendleton, but we will have more chances for both a rain-snow mix and just straight up snow through Friday. And those snow levels lifting up and turning just a little bit too warm for that into Saturday and Sunday, at least as things stand for now. So let's go ahead and take this day by day for today. You see, it's going to be into the very late afternoon to the early evening. That's when we'll have that chance for a rain-snow mix. And then for tomorrow, looks like a rain-snow mix is going to be possible before 4 a.m. and then picking up again after 1 p.m. And then by the time we get to Wednesday, look at this, chances for just mainly the main precip mode would be snow through 10 a.m., maybe some rain mixing in during the afternoon, but it looks like it's primarily going to be snow on Wednesday for the Blue Foothills. You can see hour by hour precip chances yourself for your exact home location by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. Okay, very quickly, those temperatures for today, 30s and 40s for lower elevations, and then for tonight dropping down into the 20s across the map, maybe some teens for higher elevations. High temperature is going to hover around 40 over the next 7 days in the Yakima Valley, and those overnight lows going to be in the mid-20s, maybe dropping down into some low 20s by Thursday night. Okay, taking it to the other valley, the Kittitas Valley, up to an inch of snow possible for today. We'll time it out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, 640 talking sports this morning, and the Pasco High School dance team crowned as national champs for a second year in a row.
And this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable introduces us to the 5-member dance team who won on the big stage.
Dancing down in Orlando, Florida, the Pasco High School dance team won the Small Varsity Hip Hop National Championships. It's the team's second national championship in a row. Senior Anaya Charles describes the feeling of being on stage waiting for the results.
It's like, please, Lord, please, or like, just thank you that I'm even here, and then just like the lights in your face and the teammates around you and just holding your teammates' hands. I mean, it's an insane experience, and you're nervous and you're like, oh, will we do well, but it comes down to like, I left my all on that floor and I'm proud of that. So whatever happens, happens.
The back-to-back titles is even more impressive considering the team had a new coach this year. Desandra Loving-Hearn used to be on the Pasco dance team when she was in high school.
But it was also important to me to be able to stretch them and push them and grow them and make sure that they're still learning as dancers. And like I said, this year came with a lot of pressure and a lot of changes. So to be able to see that all unfold on that stage and see all of the hard work that these girls have put in this year was the most beautiful experience. It was phenomenal.
Not only are they back-to-back champions, but their championship score of 94.6 also tied for the 5th highest score in competition history.
Trust in each other that we know that you can support your own weight because we're going to do it for everybody else. We always have a reason why we're here, and we want to do it for the people that surround us and the people that get us there. So not only do you want to prove to somebody that, hey, I can do this, but you also want to show your team, I want to do this for you guys as well.
This squad has a long history of success on large stages, and they continue to add to that legacy. In Pasco, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Incredible.
I'm obsessed.
I know.
The energy.
I love them so much.
So
I've had a chance to talk to a couple of those girls myself, and they're just incredible student athletes, incredible young women, and
bright futures ahead of them.
Yeah, and hearing how they just they're so into their team and showing up. I think that's so important. I know. And
Let's see what else they accomplish.
Yeah, their dance team also competes in the WIAA competitions, so the season for them is not over yet.
And since they are different organizations, they'll now try to repeat the process of qualifying for the state championships. And I
love
think
them.
They'll make it far.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live look outside. This one from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richland's Columbia Point. Looks a little
blue, dabba-dee-dabba-da.
It does, I know. Is it like a little foggy or?
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
That's not my
It
contact
looks cold.
lens? Okay. Yeah,
it looks cold.
sure.
That's what it does. And Josh is going to be back with your full First Alert forecast after the break, talking about when and where we could see some snow.
New Nissan? Hi, Craig. Hey. You gotta put it through its paces.
He can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get 0% APR for 60 months when financed through INMAC, or get $3,500 to $6,000 total savings on select models.
Jax, what are you thinking? Grandpa told me to mark down the prices. Hartley, what are you doing? Grandpa told me to test out the beds. My brother and sister are crazy, but so is my grandpa. I love coming to our family furniture store at Meredith Furniture because I get to take naps on all of the Beauty Rest beds. But the main reason most of you guys come into Meredith Furniture is for all the great prices on Beauty Rest mattresses. Meredith Furniture on South First and Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them and teaching the next generation.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The Pasco RV and Boat Super Sale starts this Wednesday at the Heppo Center. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats, including travel trailers, fifth wheels, dory haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, and more. Every category, every budget, all on sale. Enjoy 0 down and no payments for 90 days on approved credit. Shop indoors. Happening this Wednesday to Sunday at the Heppo Center in Pasco. Big selection, big savings. Don't miss it. Learn more at brettsrv.com.
Winter paddleboarding. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, we could have some snow today in the Kittitas Valley. We'll time that out with Futurecast in just a second, but it's because of this. We have a couple different areas of low pressure that are moving through the region, and when you hear low pressure, think active weather. It's been a lot of high pressure as of late, but these boundaries are just going to kind of hang around, and so that's why rain and snow chances will linger all throughout the week. Okay, now we put this into motion with Futurecast radar, and I'm thinking later this morning, that's probably when we're going to see the best opportunity to see some snowfall, both in the Kittitas Valley and in the Yakima Valley. Now, by lunchtime, looking a lot drier for lower elevations, but into the afternoon and evening could get another round of snowfall for both of our mountain ranges. And then for tomorrow morning, another round of snow for the Cascades. Looks as if lower elevation is going to stay mostly dry for Tuesday. And of course, you can see those hour-by-hour precip chances, rain and snow yourself by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Here are the snowfall totals we're expecting through 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Around an inch of snow for the Kittitas Valley. Trace amounts possible in the Yakima Valley. 2 to 3 inches of snow. That's a pretty good rule of thumb for our mountain passes. That's wave number 1 of snow this week. Wave number 2 is going to be 10 a.m. on Tuesday to 4 a.m. on Thursday. Some slightly better snowfall totals this time for our mountain passes, specifically for highest Cascade and Blue mountain passes. And yes, the Blue foothills could pick up trace amounts of snowfall there. The most impactful wave of snow is going to be wave number 3. 4 a.m. on Thursday to 4 a.m. next Monday, specifically for mountain passes. But even, you see the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the Blue foothills, all getting trace amounts of snowfall. But the biggest impacts will continue to be up in the mountains. Snoqualmie Pass, White Pass, Oregon 204 Tollgate, around a foot of snow. This is very beneficial stuff. We need the snowfall, but here's the thing. We need a lot more than that. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain likely today, maybe a brief pocket of freezing rain tomorrow morning, and then a chance of a wintry mix for Wednesday and Thursday. In Yakima, a wintry mix likely today, the more marginal chances of snow for the rest of the week. Then for Ellensburg, up to an inch of snow possible today, less moisture to work with for the remainder of the week. And then for Hermiston, maybe some freezing rain tonight into tomorrow morning, then chances of a wintry mix Wednesday and Thursday. And finally for Walla Walla, also tracking the possibility of freezing rain tomorrow morning, then many chances of snow mixing in from Wednesday through next Monday at least. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the high-stakes trial of Colin Gray kicking off in Georgia nearly a year and a half after authorities say his teenage son brutally shot and killed 2 fellow students and 2 teachers at Apalachee High School. Gray facing 29 criminal counts, including second-degree murder.
This charge of second-degree murder really rests on showing that Colin Gray was guilty of child cruelty that resulted in the death of the children in the school.
Prosecutors are expected to argue that Gray gave his then 14-year-old son, Colt, a semi-automatic rifle as a Christmas gift, even though the father received, quote, sufficient warning that Colt Gray would harm and endanger the bodily safety of another. Both father and son have pleaded not guilty. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how this trial could affect future cases. With your GMA First Look, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News, Atlanta.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks, so girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:51. It's time for your morning sprint, and we start with your national headlines. The Department of Homeland Security is experiencing a partial shutdown. This comes after Congress was not able to come to terms on a way to fund the agency by the end of the day Friday. Most DHS workers will remain employed, although many of them will not get paychecks until the lapse in funding is resolved. The DHS is the last federal agency that needs funding for the rest of the 2026 fiscal year, which goes through the end of September, and officials say the public will most likely not notice this partial shutdown, as all parts of the federal government are staying open.
6:52 in your business headlines this morning. Inflation cooled more than expected last month. Consumer Price Index shows prices rose 2.4% in January from a year earlier. And that's down sharply from a 2.7% annual rate in December. On a monthly basis, prices increased 0.2%, and that's slower than December and below economists' expectations.
In your health headlines, we have a supplement recall to let you know about this morning. Ambrosia Brands is recalling certain lots of its Rosabella moringa capsules, and the product is due to a possible salmonella contamination. The recalled product was sold to consumers across the U.S. on the Tyrosabella website and through TikTok Shop. Now, to date, there have been 7 illnesses resulting in 3 hospitalizations due to salmonella contamination.
6:53 now, the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Voters across the region have decided on several key levies in this month's special election. In Kennewick and Richland, school funding levies passed, continuing support for staff, student programs, and operations. But in Pasco, voters narrowly rejected a similar measure by less than 1%. In Walla Walla County, voters overwhelmingly approved a levy to fund emergency medical services. Election officials expect to certify the final results by the end of the week.
And tensions ran high at last week's BFT board meeting after a female driver reported a passenger had threatened her. Drivers say the passenger was not immediately removed, which sparked outrage during public comment. Union leaders say assaults are common and drivers don't feel adequately protected. The union says it will keep pressing for stronger safety protocols and clear accountability.
And Senate Bill 5974 moves forward after debate in Olympia, proposing a new process to remove elected sheriffs. Critics say voters already have the power to hold sheriffs accountable through recalls, and they worry that the bill gives an unelected board too much authority. Supporters argue that it increases oversight and accountability. Public is encouraged to weigh in through the legislature's website before further consideration.
And Kennewick City Council approved a zoning change for about 4.5 acres on South Vancouver Street, moving it from residential suburban to low-density residential. The change would allow smaller lot sizes, potentially supporting a future subdivision. While city staff says it aligns with the comprehensive plan, some residents worry about traffic, sidewalks, and the impact on the neighborhood. The vote passed 5-1.
And looking ahead to today, the Pasco Public Facilities District is asking the public to help name its new aquatic facility and select a logo. Residents have until the end of the day today to take the survey and choose from 3 options for both the name and the logo. Final decision will be announced tomorrow. You can find the link to participate on our website, applevalley.newsnow.com.
Trending now this morning as we switch gears to something a little furrier.
It's a big day for Downing Street's Chief Mouser, who is celebrating 15 years on the job. Meet Larry the cat. He was adopted by number 10 Downing Street in 2011 after the UK government admitted to an issue with rats in the building.
The 19-year-old tabby has since served under 6 prime ministers and is still fit and healthy. Larry's caretakers say despite his old age, he was still seen catching mice last year.
Oh,
I love Larry.
Look at him. He's like, no flash photography, please. Like, I do this for the love of the game.
Seriously. Oh, that is so funny.
Too cute. Oh my. Oh, and just waiting. Like you were a little late, but oh well.
On his way.
Yeah. So cute.
You would think they'd be able to get that rodent situation under control, though.
With Larry the cat, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
apparently not any other way.
Gives Larry a purpose. Love it for Larry.
It sure does.
He doesn't need a purpose.
No. All right. Hey, get us out the door because some changes are in store.
Yes, we'll have constant chances for rain and snow for this week. It doesn't look like we're going to get much for lower elevations, but just enough to be dangerous. Okay, before we get into that, a very dense area of fog this morning popping up near Pendleton and Cabbage Hill. Please take it very slow in that neck of the woods. Current temperatures this morning, again, what we're watching for is where is it 32 degrees and below. That's where we're going to have the best chance of seeing some snowfall stick. Now, keep in mind, it can snow above 32 degrees, so don't let that mislead you. We're seeing that next wave of moisture now starting to blanket Kittitas and Yakima counties, and I would not be too surprised if we started to see some reports of some snowfall, especially in the Kittitas Valley, but maybe mixing down to the Yakima Valley as well. Speaking of, here's your hourly forecast for the Yakima Valley. Chances of snow before 12 p.m. After that, it's going to end up being dry. So for today across the region, highs in the 30s and 40s, precip chances looking likely. The best chances for some snow mixing in, that would be in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. Also for the Blue Foothills, we'll have many chances of that all throughout the week. It doesn't look like accumulations are going to be too impactful, but that's for lower elevations. For higher elevations, it's going to be a different story.
Oh boy, snow.
Where we need it.
But we had snow this time last year.
Yes, we did.
Quite a bit of it, too.
Yeah, it's on its way.
4 inches.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America's next. We're back tonight with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.